For the average homeowner, 70 to 90% of the water used in a month goes to outdoor watering. And all of that water use is managed by one tool that's counting on you to set it correctly, your irrigation clock. Once you understand the basic steps to set and adjust your clock, you're on the way to a healthier landscape and saving money on your water bill. You'll also be able to comply with mandatory watering restrictions that require you to adjust your watering clock seasonally. Restrictions throughout Southern Nevada limit watering to assigned days each season according to your assigned watering group. You can be assessed a water waste fee if you water outside of your assigned days or during restricted times. Simple adjustments to your irrigation clock can prevent that. Irrigation clocks come in all shapes and sizes, but most clocks are user-friendly. Experts from the Southern Nevada Water Authority say there are 5 settings common to every irrigation clock that you need to know. These are the date and time settings, watering days, watering start times, watering run or cycle times, and setting your programs A and B. Most clocks will have a main dial that prominently displays each of the 5 essential settings you'll need to water wisely. From each position on the dial, you may use a plus or minus key to adjust those settings upward or downward, or even to add or take away watering days. You may also see a forward arrow or a button that says Next. This will allow you to toggle to the next feature you want to set. The first settings you'll adjust on your irrigation clock are your date and time. Getting these programmed first is important, especially with assigned watering days. Your clock will use these settings as its cue to determine which days and times to water.
Once you set your clock's date and time, be sure to check it periodically, especially if you've had a power outage. You'll also need to update your clock settings when daylight savings time changes each spring and fall, just like you adjust the clock settings in your house. Daylight savings time is also a great time to install fresh batteries.
The second essential clock setting is your days of the week function. Your clock may display this as Set Days to Water or Watering Days. But whatever the wording, the goal is the same. You are telling your clock which days of the week you want it to water. Most clocks will display the name of the day. Some clocks will convert a day to a number. For example, Sunday equals 1, Monday equals 2, and so on. The third essential setting on your irrigation clock is the start time. With this setting, you are telling the clock when or what times of the day you want to water. Again, the wording on your clock may vary. Look for the phrase Program Start Time or even Set Watering Start Time. With the dial here, your first start time will flash, indicating it's ready to be set. For sprinklers, set the first time, then move to the second and third start time. Make sure to set each of your sprinkler start times about an hour apart.
For lawns watered by sprinklers, several start times are important. Our desert soils are very hard, so it's tough for water to soak in deeply. The multiple start times, which we call cycle soak process, allows the soil time to soak in the water.
Drip cycles will run a little differently, and we'll cover that in a moment. Once you've set your start times, you will only need to adjust these about twice a year. For warmer months, generally March through October, set your start times for early morning hours before sunrise. This minimizes water loss to evaporation and wind. In cooler months, roughly November through February, set your start times for mid to late morning to reduce icing on sidewalks. The fourth essential clock setting is your run time. You've already told your clock what days to water and what times of the day to water. Now, when you set the run time, you are telling the clock how many minutes to water each time it's set to turn on. This also may be called your valve run time, station run time, or simply station time. Adjust the minutes to set how long you want each station to run. For sprinklers, each runtime will generally be short. Start with a 4-minute runtime and monitor your landscape's health. The fifth essential setting on your irrigation clock is your program option. This will be important if your landscape contains both lawn areas watered by sprinklers and plant areas watered by drip irrigation. Have both? Then your sprinkler watering will be set to run from your program A, and drip watering will be set to run from your program B. You can think of it as having two different clocks all in one unit. You set each program on that clock to meet different watering needs. Lawns on program A need shorter but more frequent sprinkler watering, while plants on program B need longer but less frequent drip watering. If your landscape is watered by drip irrigation only, then your drip can be set on program A as your only program. Set each program one at a time. For sprinklers, the Southern Nevada Water Authority recommends 3 start times and watering run times of 4 minutes each on your assigned watering days, with each cycle about an hour apart. If you have plants watered by drip, you will use program B to set each feature: watering days, start times, and run times. For plants on drip, the SNWA recommends a single start time on your assigned watering days. Stagger your drip and sprinkler start times to allow enough time for your entire system to run. The length or run time of your single drip cycle can be set between 30 and 90 minutes, depending on the volume of your drip emitters. For tips on determining your drip emitter volume, visit snwa.com. With both programs set, return your dial to the on or run position. You're done. Consider replacing your irrigation clock if it's an older and less reliable mechanical model, or you simply don't understand how it works. Also, look to replace your clock if it doesn't have at least 2 programs or doesn't allow you to water in increments as little as 1 minute.
An irrigation clock with 1-minute increments allows you to give your landscape exactly the amount of water that it needs. This helps prevent water waste and runoff, while at the same time allows you to manage your water bill.
Today's technologies mean clocks often have multiple capabilities, giving you many options to manage your water bill and keep your landscape in its prime. But when in doubt, do as the pros say and just stick to the basics. Keep your clock manual near to your clock to make setting your clock easier. Lost your manual? Log on to snwa.com, where you'll find links to the websites of major clock manufacturers. All offer online manuals. Above all, don't be afraid to experiment with your clock.